What's up, guys? We're going to be talking about the main event of UFC 278 this weekend. We got the pound per pound king, Kamaru Usman, taking on contender Leon Rocky Edwards. Leon Edwards on a 10 fight win streak in the UFC at this point. Kamaru Usman undefeated in the UFC. This is a fight that has been in the works for a while. Leon Edwards has been one of the most unlucky guys in the entire UFC with his opponents pulling out or COVID canceling his fights. So it's finally good to see him back in there. Only had that Nate Diaz fight recently. I think part of that was the fact that he was rusty, that Nate was able to catch him late. But at the same time, I think that his inactivity in the last few years could play a role in this fight as well. The first matchup was fairly competitive in the first round. And then Kamaru was really able to start implementing his grappling in the second and third round and just take over the fight. I think that this is being a five-rounder is going to go in a similar way, and I do think that the five-round plays into the hands of Kamaru Usman. Kamaru has great cardio, and we saw in the Nate Diaz fight that Leon really was fading in that fifth round. And I think that it's going to be tough to outlast Kamaru Usman over those five rounds. Colby Covington, is known for having incredible cardio, and it's been tough for him to, try and, out cardio Kamaru. You saw in that last fight, he was able to start to get the better of Kamaru later in the fight, but Leon Edwards does not have the cardio of a Colby Covington. And something else to take into consideration is in Leon's UFC career, he only has two wins by KO or TKO, one by KO, one by TKO, and both of those guys, neither of those guys are ranked or still currently in the UFC. So he hasn't been able to, showcase his power, be able to put a guy away early in the fight or with just his hands. And I think that that's what someone's gonna have to do to Kamaru Usman, just because as the fight goes on, Kamaru uses his wrestling and his cardio. I don't see how you beat him unless you have the ability to really hurt him with your hands early in the fight. So for that reason, I do think that it's gonna lean towards Kamaru Usman for this for sure. He's the pound for pound king for a reason. So it'll be interesting to see if Leon is able to use his cardio or improve his cardio and stick with Kamaru later in the fight, or if Usman just pulls away as the fight goes on, like I predict. So, definitely looking forward to this matchup. I just think that it's a tough one for Leon. It's a tough one for anyone, and that Usman is the pound for pound king for a reason. So, that's how I see it, and ready to watch it unfold.